Thank you, Isha. Hello and welcome once again to the TikTok Big Break. We are back where we belong in prime time. So we've got two prime time operators as well, Shane Warne and Kerry O'Keefe. Afternoon, gentlemen. Great to see you both.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, good day, Howie. Good day, Skull. Yeah, fantastic. What a day. Great to see Anderson and Broad back, wasn't it? I thought they were terrific at the start. Good old, hard-fashioned Test cricket.
My word, let's get straight into the Harvey Norman highlights. Earlier on today, Steve Smith as captain for the 35th time. Pat Cummins out.
That's what you want in your number 3.
Yeah, that would have hurt. So Australia 1 for 45 at the dinner break. If you're just joining us, Pat Cummins out of the side. He was a close contact to a gentleman in a restaurant that tested positive for COVID. But don't worry, because we'll see plenty of Pat Cummins over the next few days, including on Saturday night, exclusively to Fox, a documentary on Pat Cummins called This Is Pat Cummins. Bit of Willie Nelson for Broad and Anderson. You like that, don't you?
Good tune.
Yeah, absolutely. Australia 1 for 45, Warner's 20, Labuschagne is 16, the only wicket to fall, Marcus Harris. You two are the experts on this show, but I want to take you back 4 years ago. Jimmy Anderson, 5 for at the Adelaide Oval. Personally, the best bowling spell I've ever seen live in Test cricket. I remember the night he was swinging the ball around corners. It was like he was bowling to 12-year-olds. That's how good he was. So we can roll the videotape. Shane, Kerry, we were all here. It was one of the more extraordinary spells in Test cricket in this country. He was unplayable that night, Kerry.
If he'd bowled with a brick, he'd have moved it.
He would have. This is the next morning when the lights were out. He got, in the end, 5 for 43, Jimmy Anderson. Absolutely destroyed the Australian middle and top order. It was an extraordinary bowling performance. Hence, Kerry, why I come to you. That is the best bowling performance I have seen live. Now, we'll start with you. What is the best bowling performance you have seen in your long history at the cricket?
From an unwinnable position, you have to award it to somebody who just won the game with a spell. Ta-da!
Oh, ta-da! You've gone the great man beside you.
And I would have gone it even if he wasn't here.
Right.
Thank you, Scott.
The miracle game. England led by 60-odd, 9 wickets in hand, final day, and Warnie came on. He smelt blood in the water. If he was a shark and Norman Gunston went swimming, he'd have gobbled him up within a minute. Ashley Giles there. He went to the gym that morning and later admitted everybody was nervous in the gym. Something was going to happen. Matthew Hoggard to the wrong one. Warnie knew the game was there to be won. He had to win it. He did. Hussey iced the cake late, but it was the king. And I was watching in the lounge room and I thought, they can't win this. Lead by 70, 9 in hand, not doing a lot. The pitch had been criticised. Enter the shark.
Thank you, Skull. Very good. Thank you.
I love it. What about you, Shane? What is the best bowling performance you've seen at the cricket?
Look, I think we've all seen some great spells. I think back to someone like a Bob Willis in 81 Ashes series. I think back to Wazzy Makram in Rawalpindi. McGrath a couple of times at Lords. But the one at Lords 05, the first innings, I thought was just outstanding. We got in there, they bowled us out, we had to give them something, and the way McGrath came back here and bowled was just unbelievable. You know, he knocked over Michael Vaughan here with 1, Andrew Flintoff, Ian Bell, I think he got 5 or 6, I think he got.
Oh.
Just no idea, just down the slope. I think if you had to choose one bowler to bowl down the slope at Lords, I don't think he'd go far past anyone than Glenn McGrath. I saw him bowl lots of great spells. That one, I reckon, was his best.
Love it. Drama for Australian cricket this morning. Pat Cummins out of the side after he was a close contact to a positive COVID case. So Jai Richardson comes into the side and Michael Neser comes into the side for his first Test match. Did not take the cap off after it was put on his head, Kerry, and fair enough too.
And look, he's known in Queensland as Slick Mick because he's not the fastest fast bowler in the world, but he wobbles it around. He has a chance with the pink ball. He'll be bowling at night, probably tomorrow night. Huge opportunity for Slick Mick.
So the fact he is in the side after his captain was in the same restaurant as a fella that tested positive, stood up in the restaurant and said, I'm positive, and Pat's heart must have sank. So we're going back to unusual situations where people have missed games of not only sport but cricket. One close to your heart and close to England's heart, Glenn McGrath, famously trod on a ball at Edgbaston, was it, Shane?
Yeah, Edgbaston 05, yes. I reckon Michael Vaughan got up a lot earlier than everybody else and snuck a ball out on the ground just where you knew where McGrath was going to be. And he made him fall. I mean, this was just one of those moments you go, you've got to be kidding. I mean, Glenn McGrath was just so good. And look at this. Now, this is all, you've got to remember, half an hour before the toss.
Yeah.
So we had, announced the team and everything's going, and suddenly it was in pandemonium because Ricky was going to bowl first, and then after that went down, I think they must have discussed, well, maybe we should bat first. still decided to bowl,
Yeah.
which was right up there with Nasser Hussain's the worst decision of all time. But yeah, look, it was a huge loss losing McGrath then.
So we're sticking with unusual mishaps to keep people out of sport. Steve Waugh, a lot of people won't realise, was named as 12th man for Boxing Day Test, and then Greg Ritchie was doing some Boxing Day gardening, Christmas Day gardening, dropped a sleeper on his foot, went out of the side. Now, we like to show exclusive vision on Fox Cricket. This is not of the actual incident. This is later on. Greg continues to do some handyman work, and this is what can happen when you get it wrong in the backyard when you're trying to do some handyman work. This is Greg a few years later. He's going up the ladder. He's getting a lot of support. He's right up to the top here. He's doing the trimming. Everything's good. He's going
next?
very high now.
Oh, no.
He's leaning on over the fence.
Oh, no, this is bad.
And that cost him a test match, so that's unfortunate.
Oh, goodness.
This next one is a true story, though. Eva Banega, a fantastic player for Valencia in the World Ball game, missed a game of football because he was filling up his Ferrari with petrol, left the handbrake off, and it ran over and broke his leg. Missed 6 months.
What?
A couple of days as he came back. This is actual vision now. He was driving to the ground in his Ferrari, which you know about, and this is what happened.
No way.
That's true story. Missed a game because his Ferrari caught on fire. So you never know exactly what can happen on the way to a game of football, Shane.
On fire?
On fire.
Well, my Ferrari, the tyres were on fire when I was driving mine, but, you know... Oh, man, that's unbelievable, right?
Unbelievable.
They're a little too flammable for me, Ferrari.
Which is why you and I haven't got one.
I'm not buying one of those.
No, a complete waste of $500,000. On the news last night, Scott Morrison bowling. I don't know if you saw this. So we've gone into the lab.
Did he have
Well,
form?
you can have a look at it. He bowls sort of off spin. That one's actually off the cut surface.
Yes. Bit of pressure on them, the second
Yeah,
one.
and then he comes around the wicket. So we've put Scott in the lab after this, Kerry, and I want you to analyse, that's down leg side, I want you to analyse Scott Morrison in the lab.
I like his approach. He loads up well. What about his right hip drive?
Is it good or bad?
It's good. That was a little leg side. It was a T20 game. I give him a strong pass.
Yeah, I think he looked
mechanically.
good rotation through the hips, nice arm height.
Yeah.
A little bit of slider we saw there too, beat the batsman. I like ScoMo.
At this stage, we typically run
Oh,
vision before. I don't think we should.
Is it Bob Hawke?
No, it's not Bob
it's
Hawke.
Johnny Howard.
Should we run John Howard on? What are the crews?
Yes,
Should we run
give us
John
a look
Howard?
at Mr.
Roll the videotape.
Look
in.
at this.
Roll the video.
Give us another go. Give us another go. Oh!
no hip drive, a rag ball, short follow through. And look, ScoMo was bowling on a legitimate pitch. What is that?
We've shown that vision that many times and still makes me laugh.
Mate, that was meant to be a one ball for PR there.
Yeah,
He's ended up bowling three and say, give it again, give me another go, give me another go.
Why is your legacy as Prime Minister one ball in Pakistan? It shouldn't be.
Great to see Glenn Maxwell make his first BBL century last night, and it's carrying on now in the backyard. So Maxie's doing what Maxie does. I know Mark Waugh doesn't like the reverse sweep, but then you try and tell the kids down the nets, don't bat like Maxwell. It is blowing up on social media. Kids left, right and centre playing this type of cricket. The young chap's 4. He's been watching Maxie in the Big Bash, straight onto it. And you can't stop it, Kerry, now. It's an infestation in junior cricket.
Unless you can reverse sweep or switch hit, you're not in the game. And, you know, more power to it. It's all about entertainment, guys.
And Howie's seen it plenty of times in the beautiful BBL PR shoot, or the opener that we did. Your son, the Penguin.
Yes, a lot of people don't realise that's my son.
Was it, does he follow Maxie with the reverse? Is that how he got it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or do you show him how to do it?
Well, I tell him not to play that type of shot, and then you get down to a Big Bash promo and they start doing this and they say, we want you to do a reverse sweep like Maxie has. So, anyway, we can have a look at that now.
Maxie, well, he's a machine. What a shot.
He loves it, the young fella. It caused his sister's actually bowling in as well, but there was a bit of dispute in the house because he got a lot more air time than his sister, which has caused a bit of friction at home. Dre Russ causes no friction.
Hang on, let's just explore that. What sort of friction? What's the chat's been like so
Well,
far?
the fact is, Dad, why did Mac get dominating and why was I cast off to the side? If you're watching, Princess, I'm sorry, but it wasn't my decision in the edit suite. You never want to upset your daughter.
Howie did it, your dad did it.
No, I did not do it, Shane. Do not say that. Dre Russ, a couple of nights ago, he's a super asked this man, he was batting, how the bails didn't come off here. Andrew Simon analysed this a couple of years ago. Now, that's hit the bails pretty hard, hasn't it?
But
it happens more and more.
Look where the ball is. The ball nearly came back past the crease. Look how hard it hits it. Look where the ball ends up.
Oh.
It comes forward. How did the bails not come off?
I don't know how that hasn't come off, but I take you now to a remarkable situation that came across my desk. Watch the bails very, very closely on this clip. This chap had a fair amount of luck, it'd be fair to say. That's cannoned into the bails. Oh. It's off the inside. Watch the bail. What about that?
Oh, no, that's... Oh. How does that happen? That's good.
That's unlucky. That is unlucky. England well and truly behind the over rate once again today. Now, Shane and Kerry, they did not get paid a zack. They lost 27,000, so they got belted in the Test match. They did not get paid a cent due to slow over rate. So every player that was due $27,000 did not get paid any money. Kerry, how would that have hit you in your hip pocket in the day if they said, right, you're not getting paid?
It wouldn't have bothered me because we just played for the love of it. I first started playing for New South Wales. I got $8 a day plus a $3 dry cleaning allowance.
Sorry, $8 a day?
$8 a day, and they threw in $3 for a dry cleaning.
Right.
I never dived. But it was a cashy. They didn't have the hide to tax us.
Did they not?
And when I got picked for Australia, I was on $40 a day.
Right.
So I saw that as a pay rise.
Right.
Yeah.
Was there any additional benefits playing for Australia?
No dry cleaning allowance.
No dry cleaning.
But we stayed at a swankier hotel.
Yes.
The Windsor in Melbourne was my
nice.
first hotel. And it's the first time they said, Mr O'Keefe, you could leave your shoes outside your door and they'll get cleaned. But I'm from Cogra, so I kept ducking out to see whether they were still there.
Beer allowance thrown on top or not?
No, we got a slab of Tui's and 2 cartons of Benson Hedges.
That's it.
That's why you got paid for the
That was it.
Test match.
And if you were a teetotaler non-smoker...
Trouble.
Not that there were many of us there.
Oh, God. We got $250 for a Shield game. We got it when I first started.
Right.
Late 80s, early 90s.
And what about when you were playing Test cricket?
I think we got $1,200 for a Test match.
$1,200. How would you feel if they said no? Because obviously England, they did not get paid.
In my first year, I was still working part-time at a pizza shop on a Friday night, getting $20, $30 a night. So, but we used to get an extra $20 if we wore Kookaburra protective clothing. So everyone wore Kookaburra protective clothing, no matter who you were sponsored by. You got 20 extra bucks.
What was your role in the pizza shop?
Delivery. I played Test cricket for Australia, and I'd go, you know, got your large capriciosa, thanks, Ian.
How many?
And there's not too many good tippers out there, let me tell you, either.
And how many orders were one short?
Sorry, they forgot to put that one in there, sorry.
I think we need to take a break here. Plenty to come. Australia are 1 for 45. Warner is on 20. Labuschagne is 16. Stuart Broad presented his 150th Test cap. He's got the wicket of Harris. And have a look at this cap from Butler. You are watching the TikTok Dinner Break with Shane Warne and Kerry O'Keefe. You're watching the TikTok Big Break with Shane Warne and Kerry O'Keefe. Australia 1 for 45. Good news for Foxtel customers. This summer we're giving you exclusive VIP experience to Foxtel's Reward Lounge at the ODIs and T20s. New Zealand and Sri Lanka are out. All you need to do is watch this show, The Big Break. Every day we'll reveal a new code word. Today is Bales. That's Bales. Head to foxtel.com.au/win. The more code words you enter, the more chances you have to win. Another operation that Brett Lee and some of the Foxtel bigwig commentators like Shane Warne and Kerry O'Keefe have been involved in is counting down the top 100 moments in Australian cricket history. News Corp readers will have their say as well, and during the Boxing Day test we'll reveal the top 3. I don't know what the top 10 are because this came in at number 11. Shane Warne at home with his 700th test wicket. And Kerry, this only came in as number 11.
And he just put out a diary prior to this ball.
11?
That was 11.
First
that was 11.
700 test wickets.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what the voting's done there, but I think you've got another couple in the top 10. And Skull just missed out. He came in at 101 for a delivery that spun viciously, I believe, on the day, Skull.
Nice to be inside the top 110.
That's exactly right. So you'll get your chance to vote on those yourselves. Now, Australia 1 for 45. Doing it comfortably without scoring a great deal of runs. And then Stokes came on and started bowling short and the game changed.
Look, they'd bowl line and length to Marnus Labuschagne. He'd left them. They were sick of this. Somebody yelled out, L. McPherson, so they went body.
How long have you been sitting on that one, Sal? How long have you been sitting on that one?
A few days.
It did change things, though, didn't it, Shane? All of a sudden, things were looking nowhere near as certain.
Well, the thing is, when you actually want to go short like that, you still got to be accurate. If you don't bowl accurate, you just sort of get under one. But what Ben Stokes did really well, it was bang, bang, bang. Every ball was there or thereabouts. Had a leg, gully and a bat pad, so he couldn't really do too much. It was excellent stuff.
Marnus Labuschagne, we mentioned the fact that he's leaving the ball. I think I read the other day that all of a sudden he's gone to the #2 Test batsman in the world on the ICC rankings. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure about that.
So
Had
who's
someone
won?
talk about that this morning.
Root 1,
now you asked me questions I
Labuschagne.
can't answer.
No. Root 1, Labuschagne. We could have Australia could have 2 of the top 3.
I think that's a trifecta: Smith, Labuschagne, and
Root.
Williamson.
Oh, Williamson.
I think Williamson's in.
We'll
that
get
race.
back to that. But Marnus,
good.
his ability to leave the ball outside of stump, and England said after the first test, we watched the way Marnus batted and we tried to do something similar. We saw Maxwell reverse sweeps and this and that, incredible cricket, but leaving the ball, Kerry, I know it's a skill close to your heart.
And the thing is, Marnus says, I try and score as many runs as I can with the lowest amount of risk. And he knows how risk-free leaving the ball is. He sees a lot of people nicking off. How many nicked off in Brisbane? So many.
Yeah.
Marnus got runs. Marnus sees the pink ball test as a nick-off test.
Yep.
So he shoulders arms. That's why they changed, attacked his body. It worked. Let's see what they do on resumption. That'll be interesting,
Yeah,
guys.
that'd be really good. You nearly start with Ben Stokes again if he's feeling okay. You don't want to bowl him into the ground, obviously a bit sore his knee. But if you could just give him another couple of overs at Marnus there, I reckon it was really close. The break came at the right time for Australia there, I reckon, and especially for Marnus.
One word answer from you both. We did not see the ball swing at all this morning.
Yep.
Not one ball swung from Anderson or Broad. As the twilight comes into play, will the ball swing?
Yes.
Yes.
I think there's a touch of myth about the swinging, about the pink ball at night. It only actually...
Well, do tell, Kerry.
Yeah, after 8:30, you know why people get out to it? Because they don't pick it up in the lights.
Right.
It's more to do with the picking up of the ball after 8:30 at night than actual excess movement. When Stark and Cummins bowled at Pakistan the ball didn't swing. It was angled across the right-handers. They kept nicking. Have a look tonight, guys. I think will it swing? I don't think it will, but it'll be the picking up of the ball that's the key.
Well, I think the hardest thing is to judge the pace. You don't know how quick it's coming onto you because of the pink ball. That's why it's also like, it's hit my bat.
Yeah.
That's why you get the edges as well. But I think it might swing though. Sorry, Scarlett.
Yeah, it could, but I think it's overplayed how much it swings.
Yeah.
We saw Anderson, of course, who's a genius at it, and it may do, but I just remember that spell against Pakistan where they all got nicking angle rather than swing.
Yeah.
And will you be right for the last session? I know it gets late.
I'll do it from my room. I can work remotely.
We're going to take a break here. Australia 1 for 45. They will resume up next with Warner on 20, Labuschagne on 16. You have been watching the TikTok Big Break.